a second.
I can hear it.
Rolly. There we go. Go for it. You guys are good. You guys are on. Hey everyone, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
We're excited to be here with you guys. We have some cool stuff planned. We have some of the team members going to be looping in and chatting with you guys. I think we have,
We got 4 people coming on.
Four-
I think, no, at least 3, maybe 4.
And we'll try to sneak some others in between. I know there's a lot of questions. Before we get going, we wanted to say a shout out to Stacy Cakes.
Stacy Cakes, yeah.
The community is really, gathered together. You guys saw the vinyl the team pulled together for her as well. I see all the customizations with her, in
her commemorative vinyl on there. It's really cool to see. So
that's cool that the community pulled together. Really happy to see that. So we'll be racing proud for her all weekend and all week.
Yep, from here on out to go.
Yeah. So we wanted to start with that. Our condolences obviously go to everyone and their family and friends. So cool. So as we were mentioning, I think we have like Mike coming in to talk about some cars.
Yeah, Mike Hayes is going to come in and talk about cars, our lead concept artist. We've got Melvin Toe.
Yep. Talking about some upcoming features for you guys.
He's going to be talking about car classes, I think, and then we're going to have Chris is going to come on.
Chris Barrett.
So he's our one of our lead capture artists, and he's going to be coming on and telling you about how he captures a lot of the screenshots that we use as promos on our blog. And now that you guys have the free cam, he's going to tell you how he's been using that as well as some other stuff on how he captures his stuff. So
totally.
And
then also we have Cedric, who's our lead technical director on the team.
So he's going to be on call to answer any engineering questions.
Exactly.
But giving a point, there are things that we will not be talking about. So so we'll get him in whenever we have a question prudent of him asking.
Totally.
And then one other thing too is, so we're going to have these guys come in and talk for a bit before we start taking questions, but that doesn't mean you can't start submitting your questions now. I can queue up a whole bunch of questions that we can answer. And another thing is we've got a couple thousand people on submitting questions right now, so we're literally getting thousands of questions. We do apologize if we don't get to your questions. We're going to take the questions that are most frequently asked by the community. So
and we'll spend at least we'll try to aim for at least half an hour towards the end of just pure questions. And then at the very end, we've got a gift for the community. All right, so as promised, there's a code for you guys, so we'll give that to you towards the end.
Cool. So who are we going to kick things off with?
Let's kick it off, I think, with Chris.
Okay.
I think it'd be sounds good. It'll be cool to. So basically, Chris, as you guys know, all the screenshots that we put out, whether cars come out or basically any asset you see on Facebook, you see on our website, Chris creates those for us. Now with the cool free roam camera, we thought it would be cool to sort of give some insight to where Chris sort of takes some shots. So that's we'll bring him in. He's coming over now. What up? Hey, everyone, this is Chris Barrett. As mentioned, scoot over maybe a little bit more, Chris. So Chris.
See, I'm looking here, right?
You're looking there, yeah. Look into their eyes. Chris is our screenshot guru. So basically, Chris, where do we start, I guess? Like, can you take us a little bit through the process? I know you use you've been using the free cam for some of the still shots, and then you do a lot of these action shots as well. Maybe take the community through that process and maybe some of the locations that you take the shots in.
Okay. Basically, my kind of philosophy for doing screenshots is since I'm not really a photographer, I kind of in the game get to be a motorsports photographer, and I get to shoot and work with all these like awesome cars. And with the new feature coming out for you guys, the free cam, you guys will kind of be able to take screenshots of your own cars at kind of the same level that I do, with nice posed beauty shots. I try to just take screenshots all over the world to show off cars in different locations, and try to match the car with with the area.
Totally. Like a lot of the tuner ones, like some of the older school, earlier undergroundish cars, like the Skyline R34. You go through like the tunnels
and
like
a
old
lot of dense city and stuff.
Chinatown, where it was like the old racing stomping grounds.
Sometimes it's kind of hard to shoot screenshots in dense city areas because you get a lot of reflections across the hood of the car, and even though it's like street racing, I want nice crisp lines on the car, and I don't want it to be cluttered by anything. So
Yeah.
it's kind of, it is a challenge to make nice screenshots, and when I work with with the screenshots in Photoshop, I try not to do anything that's not going to represent our game, and it's like what you guys as the user will see. So yeah, I mean,
Cool.
it's just
Cool. Awesome. So, what's your favorite location to take screenshots in? I personally love like the golf course area. You know, where it's
I do too. There's like a lot of open highway, which I think is awesome to show off the speed of the car. I don't know, just everywhere I shoot, I like.
Yeah, you get
there's so
inspired.
much world to shoot in. It's hard to pick different places. Like
one favorite.
Yeah.
Why choose?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you do you have a certain location? Sorry, hey guys. Do you have a certain location based on what type of car you're driving? So if it's a muscle car, do you go to like the industrial area type things, or like how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like just wherever I can get the best line, show off the lines of the car the best,
Yeah.
Without too many reflections. Like I said, a lot of freeway shots I like to do because you know, it's open and there's just a lot of sky, and,
Cool.
and doesn't clutter the car with a lot of reflections and stuff.
There's a lot of work that goes into those shots. Like to do like a set of screenshots, like the ones we post on Facebook or we tweet out. You're working on those like for a car for at least a day, at least.
Yeah,
Usually, like there's
to go from like
Yeah.
getting the car in the game to giving it to Marc and Drew to send out to you guys. It can be up to 2 days.
Yeah.
For all the work.
For one. So yeah, there's a lot of passion that goes into those. So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of funny, just because I tweeted to you like once or twice. I've got like Need for Speed World gamers following. Me now.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
That's it. You know what? Honestly, is so Chris is on Twitter. If you guys, you know, the artists out there who are looking to get some inspiration, shoot Chris a Twitter message. What's your handle? Is it at Chris Barrett or?
No, it's at Bereticus.
At Bereticus?
Yeah, it's my gladiator name.
So search that. I'm actually following Chris as well. If you can't find him, just look under my followers and you can follow him. So all the artists, if you need some advice, Chris will be more than happy to give you guys some tips.
Definitely.
Thanks, buddy.
Cool,
man.
Later.
Sweet.
All right.
Get Drew back in here.
Yeah, sorry, I've been just putting on the putting a whole bunch of questions on hold so we can line
Answer
up
them up.
what we want to answer. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. I think a lot of people have always been asking, oh, how do you get those shots? And
Yep.
Chris does really good shots. I do enjoy looking at them whenever I get to post. So I think one thing that we need to do more of, though, and I think you do a lot too, is I post up one photo, and then sometimes we do the Facebook banner, but maybe we should start doing like actual albums, like 5 shots per car every time we release a car.
Totally.
And post them up on Facebook, on Twitter, and on the forums.
Yep.
If you guys want us to start posting more of the screenshots, let us know, because a lot of we just don't want to clutter up our feed and spam you guys. So we're very conscious of that. So that's why we don't really do it now. But if you guys want it, we'll start doing it. So just tweet us, drop some notes on the forums and some posts on Facebook, let us know.
Yep.
And if you guys do want more screenshots, then we'll start posting more albums.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
a really cool idea with the new feature that just came out is let's share your guys' shots.
Yeah.
Like
The community cars photo albums is going to start back up. It's just been with the preparing of the 2-year anniversary, and then actually now that we're going through it, and there's so much going on every day that I haven't had a chance to get that back going. So we are going to continue on with our with the community cars. The community spotlight's going to be coming back, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. So and it's a good time to note that. Our weekly contest, Mega Monday, Fun Friday, Tweeted Up Thursday, and Forum Friday, they are going to resume next week. We just kind of didn't do them this week because we have so much other stuff going on.
Totally.
So, yeah.
Cool. Let's maybe get into some cool car classes stuff and some upcoming features.
We're going to bring Mel.
MT, Mel Mateo, our lead designer, who will answer all your guys' questions. We'll talk about some cool. We'll hint at some cool stuff that's coming in the game in the next couple months here.
Yeah. Hardcore. Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Cool.
Hey guys.
So you guys know Melvin. He's lead designer on Need for Speed World.
It's a short chair.
Yeah. I just do it so I look tall.
Yeah, I know. That's totally. We're the same height, actually.
Cool. So Melvin, would love to get some, with the skill mods coming in, the community knows you guys are really reworking progression.
Yep.
The next stage of that is obviously car classes.
Yep.
I think it would be a great time to chat live with everybody, give some sort of further insight to that, as well as what's coming in the pipeline in the next couple months.
Yep. So I think we've talked about car classes, on and off. Basically, the whole idea is we've looked at how players are using the cars, and with supercars coming in, we felt that the tiers, although it worked well with previous Need for Speed games, doesn't really suit our kind of game.
Yeah.
So we're kind of trying to redesign the way that cars are represented in terms of progression. So the basic idea is you could take your basic Corolla, maybe your favorite car, which is an E-class car, and then as you put performance parts, the head value is going to increase, and then the whole idea is you could grow your car into a really awesome A-class car or then an S-class car, which would be competitive with the really good cars out there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest key for you guys there is, coming from 10 years of the last Need for Speeds, we've always had those tiers, tier 1, 2, 3. As we look to tier 4s, some of the big supercars that Melvin mentioned, they just don't fit in those.
Yep.
So the cool thing with car classes is we'll be bringing some of these uber super race cars into the game, but those cars actually with car classes now will be racing in their sort of own class.
Yep.
So you're if you want to take your, like Melvin mentioned, your Corolla and make it like this raced out 1,000 horsepower car, you can go do that. But if you still want to have that lower class Corolla, you can also do that, like a spec sort of series. You can do that with the lower end as well. So you could actually almost have a car per class if you really like to.
And
so
I think that's the whole idea as well.
Yeah.
So you could have different versions of the same car, like your favorite car, and just tweak them out differently, so you can take them and play in different events almost.
Exactly.
A lot of cool stuff we're doing as well. Like we're looking at all the different interfaces for the safe house. So one of the we know that a lot of players have hundreds of cars. So one of the things that annoy me as well is in a change car screen. You got to hit the arrow button for 5 minutes to get to the car at the end. So we're doing a lot of improvement on that side. We're going to have a list of cars, so you could quickly scroll and find the exact car that you want.
Yeah.
We're changing the purchase car screen, so you could filter by the class of the car. You could filter by a specific manufacturer.
Yeah, that's huge. The community's been asking. A lot of the power users have over 100 plus cars, and to scroll through that took minutes and minutes and minutes. So now it's Melvin and the team are really allowing you to sort of quickly navigate through those cars. So that's huge. That's a nice bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
That comes through car classes.
Exactly. So little things like you can we're going to add like a toolbar at the bottom, so you could see exactly what parts are installed in the car even before you buy it, which is something which you couldn't do in the past. So you could see, there's so many skill mods. It has a treasure hunter part. It has pre-installed engines and brakes. So I think that's pretty useful as well. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. We'll probably. I'm sure there's loads of questions coming on car classes. Drew's filtering those out. We've been getting a lot of questions on upcoming features and upcoming modes, and there's been a little bit of a buzz around the community on a new mode that. We've been doing a lot of, since it's our second anniversary, a lot of the press has been reaching out to us, and we obviously have 17 million of us registered users that are playing World, and they're looking at what's coming next, and out of the voice of you guys are screaming for a few different game modes, and maybe let you talk about that a little bit. So we're basically giving you guys a little bit of insight on what's on our top of the priority, what the team is testing right now. We're not full on developing, but we're prototyping right now.
So car class is obviously probably the next big one to come. But we can talk about openly. So basically, we're looking at drag now. Obviously, it's something that you guys really want. Judging by the number of people that spam Drew every day, it's quite something. But so we're looking at drag. We're looking at very classic, very street, urban drag. With think Underground 2.
Go back to the old school
classic
days.
Most Wanted. So old school drag. We're gonna.
Sorry guys, just to interrupt. Sure. We're speeding through stuff, so let's just chill out and
slow it down.
Yeah,
we're excited.
Tons of time.
We're excited.
There's so much things to share. That's why we're trying to. But yeah, so think old school drag. Think multiplayer.
You know, we're trying to make it again a mode which would fit the way that we see the players are playing our game.
Exactly, and we're cognizant of the fact as well. Like, you know, if we look at the past drag, this is what the team is going through now. We have a dedicated portion of our team really analyzing this from, like Melvin mentioned. We have the underground. We have Dragon, like the original Most Wanted.
Yep.
We're also looked at Pro Street,
Yep.
And we're looking at what would suit you guys. What do you guys want to play? And you know, a lot of you around the world, you know, play on keyboards, play on laptops. So we're looking not to make it too hardcore. Like, you know, we want to get you guys in there quick, racing, 30-second drags. It's all about taking different type of drag cars into there, and you know, the gameplay that we're looking at is it's easy to do potentially, but it's really hard to master. Where you have to hit all your perfect shifts.
Exactly.
And if you're hitting your perfect shifts, you're getting your boosts, and you know, if you're over rev, you don't get a good shift. Like, so there's all those real life you know, triggers that you need to hit. But the actual gameplay, it's still very accessible.
Yes, exactly.
So that's what we're playing with right now.
I think we're trying to look for, I mean, like Marc mentioned, so, you know, we have all these different types of game modes now. We have Sprint, we have Circuit, we have Team Escape.
Treasure Hunt
as
social,
well. So, but we looked at it, and we don't really have a really short session gameplay, you know, something you can jump in for 20 seconds, you know, compete with 3 of your friends, and then, you know, see who wins it.
Exactly.
So really short session gameplay. We're trying to make it like really epic, you know. So like Team Escape. So the newer Team Escapes that we did, like High Stakes and Underground Underground, I think, had some really cool moments, you know, parts of the race which you really remember, like the really intense parts. So we're trying to recreate that feel for every single drag race that we're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm going back, and I keep feeding it to Melvin and the team. Is, you know, when in the original Underground, I remember that series, my buddies and I, we would spend like 24 hours just drag racing, and we were like within a millisecond apart, and it was just this competition between us who can edge out each other on those perfect runs. And literally, for you to hit the perfect run, you need to have perfect launch, you would have to have perfect shift, you would have to use your NOS at the exact time to sort of stretch through the gears, and all those little nuances between the cars. You know, I just can't wait to see once we get the mode out, to see, you know, all the little the nuances the community will find, and help you guys will help each other. You know, like take this car and put these parts on it with these skill mods, and you're gonna hit the NOS at this point, and you'll maximize. So that's the strategy, and that's what I'm personally a fan for.
I gotta say, we're still very early in development, so, you know, feel free to send any feedback you have. You know, we love to hear about what your ideal drag mode would be, which makes sense in our game. We're still prototyping. We're trying a lot of different things. You know, we're trying, obviously manual will be a big part of drag, which is huge. We haven't had manual before. We're trying to see if automatic makes sense, you know, in a sense of trying to get people to, you know, to make it more accessible. You know, I may not be, I'm not a very good driver, so I may appreciate playing automatic, but
so automatic, just to clarify that, it's like automatic Tiptronic. So if you can imagine, you know, you come in, you just hit the throttle, it'll shift, but you're always going to over rev it. You're not going to get a good run. Whereas automatic Tiptronic, you know, like a paddle shifter, like Formula One or all the big supercars and, you know, Lamborghinis and Audis, they have these paddle shift Tiptronic. Basically, if you hit that shift perfectly, it's still automatic, but you still have that input when you can shift. So it's like semi-manual automatic.
Again, it's trying to make it, you know, easy to learn but hard to master. So the guys who are really hardcore and, you know, play it every single day, you can literally master the mode and, you know, stand on top.
We're also looking at the we're looking all the way up to the Formula One, and looking at how when those guys shift, because the visual cues are very important. What do we give you guys visually that will allow you guys to shift perfectly every time? So we're looking at, you know, you guys went through a whole exercise over the last couple of weeks just looking at different HUD elements, like the UI on the screen that gives you these sort of visual cues. So it's pretty cool, like, you know, looking at the different accordions, looking at the RPM ranges, you know. It'll be cool to see what the team chooses, but
we're trying to play around with different options again. You know, we may offer different options for HUDs. Even. You know, some people like the most wanted style where you have a single little
shift
indicator. Some people like the full RPM range, so they know exactly when you're gonna hit the shift button. So we're trying different things. We're trying different styles as well. You know, ultimately we want to get against by getting a style that suits our players. So whether it's you know, maybe do we have lane shifting mechanics? Do we allow you to have full control over how you drive, the shifting, you know, do we use power-ups, do we have skill mods, all that kind of stuff. So it's still very early, but we're trying all these different factors to see what makes sense for us.
Cool. Yeah, and one aspect I'm really excited, and I think we'll segue this very soon, and we'll try to bring Mike in.
Yep.
We'll get some info out of him on what his team and him and Vinod are thinking about prototyping some drag cars.
Yep.
That would be
good.
There's some
Pretty
magic
awesome.
there,
Yeah.
like some we have the Team Escape cars that have that special skill. We have Treasure Hunter cars.
Yep.
With drag, how do we implement it that when you take a drag car, this is what it gives you on that mode. So
and that was part of the reason we introduced skill mods as well. It was to give this level of flexibility that we didn't have to the previous system to support new modes like drag and to better support Team Escape.
Exactly.
We've seen that people have customized the skills on the cars in so many different ways. It's pretty impressive. Actually.
And that's part of like the whole bigger painting that Melvin is putting forth in the next 6 months and onwards is this whole progression.
Yep.
We have the skill mods, we have the car classes, which we mentioned. Like we have so many cars planned coming in the next year or two that don't fit in tiers that we needed to go to car classes. So, and we have another stage as well coming later towards the end of the year as well that will take us to the next level of progression. So. The whole plan is coming together awesome. It's all to sort of give you guys the flexibility to play how you would like, make the cars how you like to drive them, and sort of custom suit them to the different modes.
Yeah. So I think it'll be a big change car classes, but we'll start communicating it very soon. There are a lot of really good things that will come together with car classes, especially I'm excited about the new screens. I'm excited about the way that different, you can finally see very clearly how your car would grow across the different classes. I think we're looking at matchmaking as well, which is something that we could tweak along with car classes. We look very heavily at the hat system, which we know isn't perfect out there. So we're trying to make matchmaking as fair as possible. We felt that car classes was a really good way to do it. And then we're looking at we're also looking at the events they can play every day. We're trying to mix it up a little bit. A lot of people who are not at level 50 haven't had a chance to try the high-end Team Escapes or the really difficult sprint races. So we're trying to find a different system to really accommodate all that.
Totally. Yeah, I think it's right now a lot of the perception in the community as well is like why does that tier 1 compete with my tier 3? With car classes, it's going to be
it'll be much clearer.
It'll be clear. Like you can take whatever car you want and put it into whatever class you'd like. So it's like this open class racing towards the top where you're sort of you're the engineer of your car and you take it where you like to go. So we're coming out openly and saying that's the design from now the start. And if you want to just have a car per class. So trying to be clear there.
Again, because we know so many people have so many different cars and they customize them very differently. So we want to make the game reward almost and acknowledge the people who actually do that. So again, it's all part of because everybody loves different cars, they have their own favorites, and we want to show that is indeed the case in the game.
Totally.
So,
Cool.
Sweet.
Thanks so much, Melvin.
Yeah, welcome.
There's one question here
Okay.
before you go, Melvin.
Sure. Just gonna get to some questions for you guys here. While we have Melvin.
Let's pick an easy one.
All right. So this is from Keiko Golden.
Keiko Golden.
He said he loves this shirt, and then there's
this
another one coming saying, where can you get them?
I wish we had a store that we sold these T-shirts, but
These
these were like
we made these when we actually were in. I think back in when we were doing beta years ago, we made some of these for the team.
Yeah, we made a whole bunch.
But yeah, we're in the process of remaking some, and we'll get Drew as maybe potentially that's a good gift on some of our contests as well. Let's work that into it and get the community some of our shirts.
Okay, I got a really off the wall question for you guys, for both of you guys actually.
Sure.
Do you like to eat buttered toast while you're playing Need for Speed World?
Buttered toast.
I can't count the number of times I've been asked that question, but it's
yeah. I'm Italian, so I like Nutella on my toast, so I'll go with that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually do like Nutella.
You
as
like
well,
Nutella?
so even though
See?
I'm Italian,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's good. Finally, a shared interest.
Anything else?
Okay. I'm sorry, I was doing the question. Did we give any sort of time frame for the drag? So this is the question from Zad PR is when will the drag come into the game?
So we said again we are very early in development. We don't really have an ET as of now, but I think our progress is really good. So it'll probably come
Yeah.
soon, but we don't have an ETA yet.
I think what we'll do, everyone, is I really like the live chat idea. I think it's cool. I think what we should do, we'll be working with Drew to schedule more of these. And what we'd like to do is actually give you some sneak peeks
Yep,
at some.
absolutely.
There's no reason why if we have a prototype of a lockdown HUD or it's something that really represents what our features are going to be.
Yep.
Let's jump on a live chat and actually show you guys.
Yep.
We want to keep you guys engaged, and it's at the end of the day, it's your game. So probably towards let's look in another month or month and a half or so, and we'll probably do. Hopefully before then we'll do another live chat, but we'll do towards give us another month and a bit, and we'll give you another update on drag specifically, and then we'll give you like more of a hard date on when we can expect that.
Again, we're going to make sure that the feature is as polished as we can, and we have a sufficient variety of tracks before we actually release a feature. But we're making good progress. We're prototyping all sorts of different things, and so like Marc said, stay tuned.
Totally.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool.
Anything else? I think Drew just went to grab Mr. Mike Hayes. Is there anything else that we?
No, I mean, so personally, I'm really excited that we're in our second year anniversary. It's,
Yep.
I think the game has come a long way, and that's a huge part of it. It's thanks to you guys. And all the feedback that you guys are coming in. Obviously, the support that you've given to our team is really huge. So keep playing. We are committed. Marc, myself, the rest of the team are committed to keep producing as many cool features and awesome cars that we have possible for you guys. So just keep going.
Yeah, and that's
Thanks for your support.
That's a testament to the community. Is a lot of our community is like, how big are we? How big are we? We announced that we're at 17 million,
Yep.
and we're actually, just so you guys know, we're growing by over 1 million fans, registered users a month on
Yep.
World. So we're picking up momentum. It's
Yep.
our 2 year, and we're continuing to grow. So that
Yep.
puts more steam in our
Engines.
in our engines, exactly, steam
Yeah.
engines to basically keep going, right? So. Year 2, and I think I mentioned this on a tweet a couple days ago. The next 2 I think are going to be even better.
Yep.
We're finally coming into our own with the game, and it's coming along.
Yep.
Cool.
So
Thanks,
before
guys.
you guys go, so
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of questions about just feature, about whether feature is going to be coming in. So we're going to bring you back in a little bit
Sure.
to
Cool.
talk to that. So
Sure.
Cool.
No problem.
Sounds
All right,
good.
okay.
Thanks, Mel.
See you guys.
Okay.
All right. So
Sweet.
I'm going to quickly sit down and introduce the next 2 guys. So we actually got so Mike Hayes, our lead concept artist, and Vinod is going to be coming on. Vinod is our lead car modeler.
Yep.
And so I don't know if you guys have been keeping track of the blogs. They've been they wrote the first 2 blogs for the Building a Car series.
Yep.
So they're here to talk about some of the cars and answer a couple questions. I got a couple questions lined up that we can ask them
Let's
right away,
start
and then
off, yeah.
and then we'll. I think these are the last guys that that will be talking. So let's assume
Yeah.
we'll jump into the car questions right after they finish talking about what they want to talk about. So
Sounds good.
cool. Come on in, guys. And one of you guys can take this chair.
Cool.
Yeah. Go ahead, then. Oh, you have to actually scoot in.
Yeah. Coming
cuddly with
close.
Marc.
Getting close. A little bit more. There you go.
Oh man, some touching.
So these are the boys that are bringing you all the cool cars every week. All the custom elite cars. Mike concepts them up, Vinod models them up, and we get them to you guys. So these are the faces behind the beautiful rides. Drew, did we want to kick off with some questions you mentioned, or do you want to do that after you said, or?
Well, let's talk a little bit about what about some of the cars and some of the
Yeah,
concepts
okay,
they're talking
sure.
about, what thinking about with drag.
Yeah, let's do that since we're fresh off the topic with MT there. So yeah, I'd like to open it up to you guys. How as the team is starting to prototype the mode and they're talking about it, what are you guys thinking for drag cars? Where do you want to begin?
Sure. So right now we're looking at anything that we can do to sort of bring a little bit of level of authenticity, as well as set your car apart. If you want a drag car that looks specifically drag oriented, we want to give you the spoiler, the body kit, maybe some wheels.
Yeah.
We want to add, maybe the wheelie bars, something from the elite car. Maybe that'll trickle down into these kits.
Maybe parachute.
Maybe a drag parachute.
And we're not only going to focus on muscle cars, it will be across all tuners, exotics.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
whatever we can get on
Sweet.
stuff.
The one.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. I know that you guys are laid back kind of dudes, but you need to speak a little bit
up.
louder.
For sure.
Please.
Cool. The other cool thing is I snuck by your guys' desk the other day. I heard you guys talking about like tubbed out, if it's a front wheel drive, like tubbing out the fenders to
Yep.
Yep.
maybe go in a little bit into that.
Yeah, so I mean, we're not going to limit to, like Vinod said, we're not going to limit it to the rear-wheel drive American muscle. If you've got a little Volkswagen GTI and you just want to race the heck out of that thing in drag, we're going to make it so that you can put the big over fenders, tub it out, and have your drag wheels set up in the front.
Nice.
If you're rear-wheel drive, same thing. If you've got an all-wheel drive, we're playing around with the setups. Maybe it's still staggered to the back, but overall we want to change the visual experience for you. If you're running a drag car and you've got it in the world, you want people to see it. You want it to get noticed.
Yeah, the kits will be designed specifically for that vehicle. So if it's front-wheel drive, we'll have the wide fenders at the front.
Yeah.
So
there'll be unique kits per car.
yeah, unique kits.
That's pretty awesome.
Voices.
Yeah. And we got to sing into this mic a little bit. We'll get closer. Cool. So that's a little bit of drag. That's cool. So basically, for the community to know, is unique kits per car, over fenders, whatever drive wheels, potentially making some custom parts, whether it's parachutes, maybe the wheelie bars, custom like the rims, like the we saw that in the Elite car when on the Elite Z01 where the wheels are just massive, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be cool as well. Like when the drag cars, I'm sure Melvin will be brainstorming around some skill parts as well that will give you some like launch off the line or something like that. So it'll be cool to sort of integrate all these ideas and really make that experience pop in that mode. Awesome. That's pretty good for drag. Anything else that you guys wanted to? You guys did some awesome blogs on the. Go ahead.
Guys.
Yeah, you guys did some awesome blogs on the cars. We'll field. Is there questions, Drew, on that, or did you want to jump into questions? I just saw
I
you.
can just jump into questions.
Okay, sure. Let's do it.
All right. Well, this one we may not be able to talk about.
Okay.
But, Job3KK asks, what's the next Elite car?
Well, we can't drop what
It's
car
going to be a
it
good
is.
one.
Yeah.
But it is being worked on. The concept is nearing completion. We'll take it to a manufacturer for approval.
Yes.
Vinod's going to build it, knock it out of the park. But you guys are going to go nuts for it.
Couple of things we will say about this one is, without leaking too much excitement out, is it's a pretty amazing supercar coming, and it's a car never seen before in World, so it's brand new to World. And without going into too much more detail, I'll sort of leave it at that because the guys,
it's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. It's fast, it's sexy, and it's probably one of the world's. It's a top iconic car. It's got some cool history into it, so you guys will be psyched. The guys put months of effort into these things, so we're going to save a little bit of that announcement for when it comes out, but hopefully that gives you a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Next question is from Audi Keener.
Audi Keener.
Which car are we going to use for tomorrow's Spot the Devs?
They're all straight up questions, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
The community doesn't mess around.
Can you
Yeah,
drop
that's
that?
I'll tell you. Okay, well, we'll tell them what we're going to tease what it is today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do it.
Yeah, we'll post that one shot.
Sounds good. So tomorrow we'll be in the sexy Lamborghini Sesto.
Yeah.
So come find us in the world in that one. We're pretty excited to have that. Working with Lamborghini to get that one in there. The car looks really, 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 really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys did a good job with that one.
Yeah, it's
Entire new shape, right? So,
Yeah, maybe speak a little bit about the Sesto because we were testing that the other day and it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, it is a concept, right? So
Yeah.
we can basically do whatever we want to. So.
Yeah, working with Lamborghini on that one, it was pretty cool going back and forth, and we actually went back and forth with them like 5 or 6 times. Really working hand in hand with the guys at Lamborghini, super cool to work with. Nice partnership with them.
When you put the car into perspective, if you want to really look at it, it weighs about 2,400 pounds, which is probably the weight of a Miata.
Yeah,
And then you're stuffing a big V10 into it, so it's,
I'm
it's
really
an amazing car.
I'm really curious to see your guys' feet. Well, first of all, with the Spot the Devs, we always go. Drew posts the locations where we're at, and then one thing we usually do as well is, at least I do this, is I'll take off and see if you guys can keep up with me. I'm very curious to see your guys' tricked out rides keep up with the Sesto tomorrow. It's a pretty fun, quick car. As Mike mentioned, it's super lightweight, pretty nimble, very powerful. It's going to give some of the big cars a good run for the money in the upper tier. So look forward for that one.
All right.
Yeah. So there, we're giving you guys a lot of info today. A lot of,
I was
we're feeling.
actually, when I said, are we going to talk about it, I was talking about the actual tease image that we put together. I didn't think you were actually going to say it.
Oh,
Yeah.
too late now.
Too late now. All right.
Yeah. Well, we'll still tease it. We have our power users on right now, so.
Okay, so the next question is from Ghost. It says, when will you add Tier 4 or supercars like the Bugatti, Aventador to the game? And so we talked a little bit about that
Yep.
so far already, but maybe we should just give them a quick...
Yeah, that will come in. Those cars will come in. We'll give you a hard answer on that one. Those cars come in with car classes. So when car classes come in, that's when they're hand in hand. We won't release those cars until car classes come in. So we're looking. That's the next big thing coming is car classes. So I know the team is locking that feature down. They're like Melvin said. So we'll give you an update. Drew will keep you guys posted in the next couple of weeks here. But it's coming sooner than later. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just to speak to that a little bit here, I'll come around. So
Yeah.
Just to speak to the car classes a little bit, what we're going to be doing is we're going to, instead of what we did with skill mods, is we kind of published one big blog. What we're going to be doing is we're going to break it down into portions on how car classes is going to affect every different system in the game and kind of trickle feed all the information to you guys. And then, like you're saying, we should probably have another live chat soon and talk about it in depth too. So that's how we're going to roll this out this time. So there's a lot of information coming in the next couple of weeks.
Totally.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, next question is for all three of you guys, and
All right.
it is from I'm not going to say his name, but
Okay.
what is your guys' favorite Tier 3 cars?
That's a tough question.
I still love the CCX Elite.
Yeah.
That would have to be my favorite as well.
Yeah,
The CCX
it's.
Elite.
I'm actually right there. So I'll say the CCX Elite, but just to be a little bit different, one of the other cars that I think is really really cool, and I think we did a pretty sweet job is the RTRX. I really love that car.
That's a sweet car.
It's one of our Team Need for Speed cars. It's competitive in the game. It's got that sort of retro old muscle car still feel, but still retro. I love that car, and I see that car.
It's badass.
It's just pretty badass. So yeah, I would probably say that might edge the CCX Elite, but the CCX Elite for me, because that was the CCX Elite was our first Elite car, and that was something where the guys we just prototyped that. It's something like we want to do something completely custom, completely not like exclusive for World, and that's when the guys worked with the guys at Koenigsegg to make that happen as well. We had to get all those approvals, so that one's special to us.
Okay.
Cool.
Next question is, are we ever going to put motorcycles into the game?
So yeah, I'll laugh if our executive producers here we would say yes, but the short term is no. Helicopters and right now motorcycles are not planned. I know a lot of the helicopters. Yeah, I know a lot of the community has been asking for those. Right now, not part of the plan, guys. We have way too many supercars planned. We have like over a year of supercars planned, like locked down planned right now, ready to go, that we're working with manufacturers to get everything perfect and getting the CAD data, and we're just way too busy bringing those cars. Now, we mentioned as well with the back in Russia, we announced the...
That's actually going to be the next question.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go.
So
I'll put it on pause for a
It
second.
says the Marussia.
Marussia,
When
yeah.
is that coming?
So,
Is that with the Marussia?
the Marussia.
Ah,
Yeah, so again, perfect example. We have a huge user base in Russia, wanting to really give you guys something custom from sort of your native homeland. So the Marussia is a sort of partnership that we really push through. The Marussia, it's it's being developed right now, still not ready to rock, but our goal is to bring it in the next less than a couple months away. As car classes come in, we want this to be among some of the first cars that come in with car classes or shortly after. So it's on the top of our priority list, and we're also looking at some cars for like some supercars in like Brazil, and some cars for Polish cars, and that's where our head is at right now. Really giving you guys those custom cars.
Yeah, a lot of new cars that will be new to Need for Speed.
Speed World, yeah.
They've never been any other game before.
Exactly.
So,
And the Marussia, is the first one. We should hopefully have the first rights on that car ever. So.
Okay. There was one here question that I gotta find, but it's basically, are we planning to put any licensed SUVs into the game?
You guys want to take that one, or we've discussed it many times. It's so. You want me to take it, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Sure, I'll take that one. So, we have right now a list of, probably I would say half a dozen to a dozen licensed cars that we're looking at. If we do bring those in, we want them to have gameplay,
Hooks.
Gameplay hooks, exactly. So we'd probably bring them in as like Team Escape vehicles, similar to what we did with like the Battlefield Heroes Cross Promotion. That was like a one-off where we just the guys modeled it up, and that was our internal one. So licensed SUVs, if it fits the gameplay with Team Escape, we'll bring them in. Right now, we're looking at it. None are scheduled. Like we said, supercars are first on the priority. But yeah, I'm definitely open to it. I think if we can make it compelling for gameplay and they can smash through some roadblocks, why not? I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll make this the final question, then
For
we'll
the
move on
cars?
to the cars topic, because
Cool.
there's a lot of other topics.
Okay.
Basically, there's a bunch of questions about, are we going to be adding more aftermarket visual parts to the game?
Yes.
Like body kits, rims.
Yeah, we literally had a meeting yesterday about this. It was sparked because we're looking at obviously drag and all the parts we mentioned. But aside from that, maybe Mike and Vinod, you can discuss about what we were thinking.
Well, we do have a growing collection of cars in the game that don't currently have any aftermarket visual items for them, be it body kits or whatever. So we're working to basically retroactively go back and bring those some customizations, so that if you've got a car and you feel left out, you've got nothing that you can customize on it to make it feel your own and stand out. We want to go back into the catalog and fix that so that you can take your ride and bring it up to wide body, whatever, full wing, the works. Right? So,
Yeah, like for instance the RTRX we were talking about that has
Yeah.
no kits, so we'll definitely be looking at that car as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, 'cause there's at least over a dozen cars in game right
Yeah.
now that don't have kits.
Yeah.
So giving the community some of that action is awesome.
and all the brand new cars that are coming in, the supercars and the stuff that's new to not only World but the franchise and Need for Speed, we have to design stuff from scratch because nothing exists yet for it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, boys.
thanks.
Okay. Drew, we have more questions coming in.
We
So
have a question for Chris, actually.
cool. We have like less than 20 minutes. So what we'll do is we're just going to go straight to questions and bring in different members of the team to answer some of your questions. So ask away.
I am back.
Chris is back, and then also we have just so you guys are aware, we have a code coming for you guys as well. Stay tuned for that.
I
Wink.
got to find the question, but it was for you, Chris.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds.
Alrighty.
Okay, so Cyrus asks this one. So he asks, do you have fun taking the action shot?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, so I've actually been with the team for 2.5 years now. Like, I started during beta, and then about 6 months after we launched, I changed roles and got this job. So I've been driving World like daily for 2.5 years, and every time I get a new car, it's a new experience because each car is different, has a different look. Yeah, I mean, it's always a challenge too to keep it original for you guys, so that when you see new assets and new pics on Facebook and on our blogs and stuff, I want you guys to look at them and be like, yeah, I want to play World and I want to get that car. Yeah, it's always fun. I mean,
I think
team's great, and it helps keep things
Fresh.
lively and fresh for me to be here.
I think it comes
and
through.
It's awesome. I just I love it.
When you do, Chris puts an extra little bit of love when he does the elite shots, and he spends like probably double the time because you do double the screenshots.
Well, yeah,
right?
but I mean, I do that because like it's a testament to Mike and Vinod, right? Like
totally.
they put so much work into those cars that I can't not show it off every little detail as best I can with the time that I have to do it.
Exactly.
I mean, my favorite elite.
Yeah.
Like, I know you guys were talking about the CCX,
CX,
but I love the ZL1, the big fat tires and and that the headers coming out of the hood and the wheelie bars and stuff. That car is sick. I'm also very much a muscle car guy too, as opposed to an exotic or tuner guy. But yeah, so like, especially when tuners come down the line, it's super fun to shoot those cars. So
that's
yeah.
yeah, that's maybe why you guys see an extra little bit of love in all the muscle car shots.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit biased. Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
No
Buddy.
problem.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, all right. So we're gonna bring. I'll just move over here. So we're gonna bring Cedric in next, and that's gonna be Photoshop.
That's
I'm
some
pretty
love.
sure.
Yeah. Here, let's give him a Photoshop shot right here.
All right. So we're gonna bring Cedric in. He's our lead engineer,
Yeah.
and he's gonna talk to a couple of the pretty popular questions that are coming in. So
Cool.
actually, here he is. He's ready.
Ced,
He's
let's
hiding.
go. He's the most fit engineer we have. Super fit, skinny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Ced, cool. So what are the questions we have?
Okay. So the first one is basically about free roam chat.
Yeah.
What's going on with that, and when is it gonna come back? So let's just talk about what the status is.
Sure. So yeah, we bring the global chat down because we currently reworking a more robust solution. So it's quite of a complex solution, so it takes time. So we currently actively working on it, and so we don't know yet when it's going to be released. But yeah, that's something we're
It's
working
one of
on.
the top priorities for these guys.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we've been, I mean, these things take time, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a fairly robust system, as you guys said.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right, and then the next question is something that we knew was going to come up is what are we're not going to talk. It's about hacking and cheaters in the game.
Yep.
we're not going to publicly talk about what we do, but maybe you can just
Yeah, maybe the
talk-
frequency
just
and
talk
the
about it a
cadence.
little bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, so we look like on a daily basis, like on all the different like available acts and everything. We're taking action from there, just finding fixes or like countermeasures and everything. Of course,
Yeah.
we're not communicating about it,
Yeah.
just to avoid, like
Exactly. Yeah.
the hackers to basically be able to exploit it or anything. So
Yeah, so just so you guys know, like we mentioned that we're growing by over 1 million,
Yeah.
users a month. That translates into, roughly 50,000 new users coming into World a day. That's how quickly and rapidly we're growing. So you could imagine that even though we're banning on a regular daily, weekly basis, some of you might not see the immediate effects because there's so many of us, right? So just so you guys know, it's still a top priority always. SED has a whole team that's based around finding who they are, and we have that banhammer where it comes down, and we're doing it on a weekly basis. So it never goes away. It's just part of the process that we've built into Need for Speed World. Is there's going to be, unfortunately, players who are going to be sort of hacking us on all different types of levels, but we have a dedicated team to take care of that on a weekly basis. So that's a top priority.
All right. I got another question that maybe you might be able to answer, Cedric.
Sure.
Are we planning to add any more wheel/controller support to the game?
Yeah, because right now we have like the Logitech. We have
Yeah.
some wheels. We have we also have the Xbox controller. And Drew, we also have a place on our website that states that, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Game
we have a
guide.
list. Yeah,
Yeah. So
exactly.
what we should do is what we can do is we'll get Drew to maybe tweet that out later if you guys don't know. It gives us
Yeah.
you guys a full list because a lot of you guys might be new users as well watching this today. That we can give you guys a full list. So right now, I don't think said there's any more plans to do.
There is no plan for it right now. There is like a lot of available tool anyway on the forums.
Yeah.
I know that communities have provided like lots of different like tutorials and everything to kind of like be able to support like any new basically controllers, because
Yeah.
there is tool that kind of translate basically to you can map basically your controller to basically the game controls and everything.
Yep.
So they kind of like provide a kind of a midterm solution.
Cool.
Whenever, I mean, for now we don't have like
Yeah.
anything planned for
Cool.
the new ones.
Yeah. For now, we have the set list, and we'll stay to that one.
Cool. All right. Final question for you, Cedric.
Sure.
Are we? Do we have any plans to integrate NFS World into Origin?
So into Origin. So this is something that we're currently looking at. It's currently being tested. So soon you should be able to see like
In
Need for
Origin.
Speed World like available like through Origin. Yeah.
Sweet.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate
Sed.
it.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab our next speaker, but I got a
Cool.
question for you
Sure.
while I go grab him.
Let's
so
go.
why did we decide to make the ZL1 free?
Why do yeah? It's pretty easy for that one. It's just when we looked at it last year, we gave you guys the community created like Porsche 959, and you know, that's the least we can do. This year, you guys were asking around, giving us a cool in-game cash car, and when the Elite car came out, a lot of our users actually wanted the base version of that. So the reason why we didn't release the base version of that, because there's such an overwhelming response, is we saved it in our back pocket for this day and this week. So literally, that's we always knew along when we released everything was, hey, if the community wants this, let's just wait and give them what they love in the base version. So we actually had to get approval by the folks at Chevrolet. They were all about it. The guys at Chevrolet, big shout out to them. They actually posted it on their Facebook and had their 3 million followers, engaged, and they love it. So they were on board to sort of give back to you guys as well. So yeah, it was a car basically chosen by you guys, and that's why of course we made it available for you guys, and we'll continue to do that.
I'm back.
Melvin's back. Cool.
Okay, so Melvin's back. We're going to talk. A lot of people are asking about a lot of features.
Sure.
Let's give them a heads up on what's happening here. So, okay, so first question is a really quick, easy answer. Will we remove skill mods? No, we will not.
Yeah,
Next
that was Melvin's voice right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, XP explained, I think the system works really well for upcoming features we're doing, like drag. It really allows us to let you customize your cars to fit certain game modes. So that's the direction we're taking in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. When will you add the team system to the game? So I guess they're asking are we going to be adding crews to the game?
So it's a feature that we really like personally. I mean, we know that a lot of people are forming crews on their own, by changing the motto and specific driver names. It's not high on our priority right now, mainly because we're looking at car classes and drag more than anything else. But at some point, for sure. I mean, it's something that I know you guys love, and we want it as well.
I think it's inevitable that crews will make it into World. It's just the timing of it, So I think the short answer is crews will be coming. It's just not immediately because we have bigger priorities, but eventually for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is, are there any more ideas for new power-ups or mods like Pursuit Slingshot and some of the stuff that we brought in when Team Escape came out? Are we planning to add any more, for example, when drag comes out?
So we actually have, we had a whole brainstorm, we have a list of 100 power-ups we could potentially do. I'd actually love to hear from you guys about what power-ups you think would make sense from our game. We have had, I think we have 12 at the moment. We really like the basic set, but for sure, I mean, if it makes sense for our game, we'll add it, I think, in a nutshell. The thing with power is that every power-up has the potential to change the game so drastically, so we have to be really careful about what we add, but I wouldn't say no for sure if it really makes sense.
Yeah, I think the systems are pretty set up well that they're expandable, and that's the beauty how it's set up, is whether it's like skill mods or power-ups, we're just going to keep, in the future, we're only in year 2, in the upcoming years, of course, they'll keep expanding, just as we're doing the car list, just as we're doing the feature sets.
Yep. And we did set up skill mods so it complements power-ups as well. So as they go hand in hand, we'll take a look as well.
Cool.
Oh. So we waiting for an excuse to bring out
AJ UK right here.
What's going down?
Number 1 baller.
Team,
right
what's up?
All right, so I just brought him in here because we have another skill mod related question.
Yep.
Is will we ever increase the number of skill mod slots?
So yeah, I was watching the stream earlier, and he was talking about like drag and new modes and stuff like that. So it's something we're still thinking about, and I can definitely see with new modes coming out that we wanted to customize your cars as much as possible, get more skill, more cool things you can do with it. So we're thinking about it. No confirmation yet, but it's definitely something we're thinking about strongly.
Yeah. Cool. We are looking at the effects of the skills themselves. We could release skill mods which are we give a high effect per skill. So that would be a different way to push your skills to the limit, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. All right, maybe just stick around for a few minutes.
Why not? Just sit in the back and
just lounge around.
I'll just nod in approval.
Somebody get the guy some grapes.
I know, we should food.
All right, so the next question is, why did you choose the max level to be 50, and are we ever going to increase it?
So we're not, long story short, we're not going to change the level anytime soon. That comes into the whole progression redesign that Marc has been alluding to for several months even. Yep. We're going to more detail once car classes is out. eventually it'll all click into place. But for now, we're not actively looking at changing the level system.
Yeah, what we're doing with the level 50 guys, and if this is a question what they're alluding to, is, you know, some of the, you're looking at giving them some cool stuff towards the top,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And you know, we're looking more and more and more to reward sort of the guys who are towards the top levels. So we've done that a little bit with some cars, but we're looking to really blow that out.
I think as we release car classes as well, we're also actively looking into, you know, what do level 50 guys get. You know, we really want to keep our you know, loyal hardcore players really happy, and the guys who work really hard to hit level 50 want to make sure that you guys are, you know, suitably rewarded when we do change anything that is to do with progression or anything about the cars. That's part of our priority as well, for sure.
Okay, I got an interesting question that's not so much feature related, which is good for you guys to be here. Is if someone wanted to come work for us, what type of education would they need?
Oh, I think that's a question that really varies.
Yeah.
You know, if you're from like AZ, you can speak to it from a design side too. You came in from a different route. You went to Vancouver Film School here.
Yeah. So it's a good plug actually.
Yeah, a little bit of a plug for those boys.
Plug VFS. Yeah. So you know, I came straight out of high school, and I went to VFS and studied game design for a year, and then you know, I started way back here on one of the console projects a long time ago, and I just started from the bottom and worked my way up.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of experience.
Yep.
But there's a lot of different routes for guys. You know, whether it's design or art, programming, management. You know,
some guys in the business, they go through get their bachelor's and their business degree. We have lawyers as well that you have to obviously go through, you know, through that program. So it just depends on what sort of area you would like to get into. Some of our QA team, you know, they come straight from high school and jump into being QA, and they actually, you know, we have some success stories within EA, guys who have started straight from QA and now they're GMs down on EA Sports. So, you know, there's no real set stone. I guess it just depends on what area you would like to get into. So it's pretty wide.
Yeah.
All right. Future question. Are we going to ever add a heat level 6 to the game?
So short answer, no. But again, it depends on how it fits our game. You know, if in future we are looking at more team escape events. You know, if it makes sense of heat level 6 with, you know, even different types of cop cars, or, you know, the way they behave, the AI and how they, you know, all the police tactics. Sure, for sure. But at the moment, no.
Yeah.
I think this is also because the way the comment came through, he said the Josh, I think it was, who said it. He said John confirmed this. Another thing that John confirmed.
Well, here
maybe we should talk about
that's
just
our executive producer.
How fluid our plans are. Just like
what
we work on is not set in stone. And this is a good kind of segue to go talk about canyons a little bit too.
Let me take that one. Is, you know, I've been a little bit, you know, part of running World is trying to be as open with you guys as possible. And a lot of, you know, with Drew and I doing the Ask Marks every week, we're giving you guys like the instant weekly update, which is, you know, you guys hold us to that a lot of the time. So that's the negative about being too open with you guys. A lot of the times the priorities change, where the community's voice changes, the game priorities changes, the content changes. Perfect example is how it is canyons. You know, back in the day with Ed Agostini and those guys, they did an amazing job making the canyons like 99% ready to go. But what you guys need to know is 99% ready to go means that we still need to put game modes in there, and we still need to put, like, whether it's Canyon Run or whatever it is, we still need to make that. So back then we were like, we're working on canyons and it's ready to go, but the actual physical assets. So I guess what we're trying to say is, you know, right now canyons is being deprioritized because drag, because of car classes, because of supercars, because of, you know, we mentioned we would love to do cruise. That's all stuff that would come before, in our opinion, before canyons. But it still means that we're passionate about canyons and all. So, you know, we just want you guys, we want to have this open relationship with you guys, that we want to tell you guys as much, everything we can. Just you have to know that, you know, sometimes priorities change and the community's voice changes as well. So we're sort of ebbing and flowing, but we're always keeping you in the loop. So that's a little bit of background, and, you know, and that's why back then probably, John was bang on and correct. He straight from our team, we were probably looking at a heat level 6. You know, why wouldn't we look at sort of expanding that? But right now it's not a priority. So again, there'll be more cases like that. Probably not with drag, because we're really passionate and we're pushing that through. But there might be, you know, certain cases in the future where, you know, we're going to ebb and flow. But it's just a matter of deprioritization or reprioritization. It's never really cut, you know, because a game like World, 2 years and we're still growing. We're still going strong.
Yeah.
You know, and we're going to continue, like we said, in the next year, the next 2 years. So
Yep.
just as a little bit of a background there.
I mean, the reality is that we don't have any shortage of cool stuff to do, right? Like we always got cool stuff coming down the road, and like
That's it.
you know, more badass
Yeah.
things we want to get out there. So it's just like
it's just a
ready
matter
to
of
make
time.
it. Yeah,
There's no like dead end wall. It's
Yeah.
like when we're gonna get there. You
Yeah.
know. So
Okay, so we just hit our hour mark. I've got a couple more questions lined up that I want us to answer, and so we're gonna go a little bit long, and at the end we're gonna give out the present.
Yeah.
So
It's a cool code. Stick
yeah.
around.
So we got lots to talk about. So let's keep talking for a little
Okay,
bit.
sounds good. Yeah, we'll go a bit long, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah. All right. So next question is about the new free cam that we just put in.
Yep.
Are we ever planning, like, would it be possible at one point to update it so you could drive and do it, or like do different sort of controls with it and whatnot, make it a little bit more robust for photo mod?
Absolutely. I mean, it's something that we were looking at as we were developing the free cam. I think eventually what we decided to want to get the feature out as soon as possible. You know, tag to the second year anniversary. Let you guys play around with it, see how you like it, and this is the kind of feedback exactly that we want to get. You know, if we realize that a lot of people actually do want to drive, you know, at an angle, maybe you want to take really cool videos, we'll make it happen. So
Cool. Yeah, I like that. I know a lot of guys were asking Chris how he gets those sort of sweet sort of action shots, right? So that'll sort of be the next stage.
yeah, I agree. I mean, having a free cam at an angle they can drive would really help take
Yeah.
cool videos,
Yeah,
which a lot of people
hitting
do. So.
NOS or
Yeah.
you know Juggernaut and going for it. Yeah, it'd be
absolutely. But at the same time, you know, at launch we're really happy with the free cam. I think
Yeah.
you know
Man, I
it
love
seems
it.
like you guys really love it as well, and just from the competition shots that Drew has gotten is
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
we
So-
were all looking at it this morning. There was
Yeah.
man, it was like over like close to 10,000
Yeah.
submissions of shots
Yeah.
that you guys took with the camera, and the shots are like amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so the quality of shots, it's just up the level.
Yeah.
So that's a huge, you know, testament to the guys as well who put that feature in,
Yeah.
tune that, you know, the spacing. I know,
Yeah.
you know, Melvin put a lot of time with the distance and all that, and there's a whole team dedicated to that. So
Yeah.
again, that came from you guys. You
Yeah.
guys are like, you know, you know, give us something to take pictures of these cars.
Yeah.
So again, that was a feature that really became prioritized by your guys' voice, and we had the, you know, bandwidth to do it, and we delivered it.
Yep, absolutely.
Sweet. Next,
Drew has gone AWOL.
yeah, Drew's going AWOL.
What do we do?
What do we do? Yeah.
Panic.
There's no questions queued up.
So I was just,
Karaoke.
I was just recruiting the big guy
Yeah.
to come chat with us.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Thank you, boys.
Cheers, and then we're
All
gonna
right.
bring in John Doyle to answer questions.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm so excited to be with Marc. He's like a celebrity.
All right, John. The question is, where is the question? Yeah. It's basically, how did we come up with the idea of doing a worldwide online game for Need for Speed?
Well, about 7 years ago, I was hired at EA out of Microsoft to build a Need for Speed MMO. And about 6 months in, I said, "This cannot be done." We did some other things. The whole time, though, I was kind of cooking up ideas for what we could do with an online-only version of Need for Speed. And we had a few abortive attempts where we kind of got the game started and a bunch of design done. And finally, we got the kind of the resources and the design together. I guess about 4 years ago, and really started cranking away at building it full time. So it came out of a lot of thinking and a lot of arguing, and took about 3.5 years in order to get that design to a place where we were comfortable building it. But
Yeah.
but that's how we got there.
Cool.
All right. So, the other question?
Yeah, I'm going to answer. I can answer another question. Sure.
Okay. So it says, tell us what happened to the black box logo, and what is Quicklime Games?
We started as a part of Black Box. That's where I originally worked, and Marc and a bunch of the rest of us. About a year and a half ago, and a few months ago, we split off from Black Box. So we had left the logo up because we really hadn't named ourselves yet.
Yeah.
So we finally came up with a studio name and just kind of put it in the game because it reflects us. Black Box hasn't been involved in this game for well over a year now. It's been us, and we wanted to reflect that. Being Quicklime also gives us some opportunity to maybe try out some other products as well that at some point in the future we might talk about.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, John.
Thank
No
you,
problem.
John.
Enjoy.
Sweet.
And so, we got one final question here.
Yeah.
And
then
I'm
we're doing some code time.
Sorry, I'm actually just gonna line up my computer here. So it says, could we? All right. So I'm gonna ignore the number that this player has put in, but could we give a speed boost code for the second birthday?
What do you think?
Yes. Let's
Okay,
do it.
Let's do it. Post it up. So yeah, we're gonna give you.
Oh, hold on.
We're gonna reconnect here.
Oh, wait for it.
We're still live though.
Are we still
The
live?
speed
Yes.
boost
All
code
right.
is crashing the.
We're connecting.
Here we go.
It's coming. Be ready for it.
So yeah, just quick. You know, the Z01 we gave you guys.
Yep.
We did the license.
We did Z01, the license plate, the neon.
Yep.
We have the speed boost.
Yep.
We've got another giveaway today.
Yes.
And then we've got one more present for you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do it.
Post it up. So again, this is for you guys. We're just posting this here. This is it's right over here.
It's right down there.
Let me see.
Let's
It's
see.
right
Oh, other way.
this way. This way. Dun, dun, dun.
No, other way. There you go. Enjoy, guys.
Yeah, enjoy it. We'll leave it up for a little bit, and again, this is just for you guys. We're posting it only on our live chat. Feel free, you guys want to let it go, spread the wealth and share it with the community. It's yours to share. But this
Post it everywhere, anywhere, whatever you guys want to do.
This is just for you guys, like posting it on the chat. So.
Okay, so just a quick little rundown on the code. So the code does give you free speed boost.
Yep.
It is a universal code. It can only be used once. Once you use your code, it's in your account. You can't use it again.
Yep.
Anybody can use it. It's
universal.
It's a universal. It's everyone. It's only active for 24 hours starting right now.
So go get it.
So go get it. As of what time is it now? Like 12:10.
Yep.
So 12:10 Pacific Daylight Time. As of 12:10 Friday, tomorrow, that code's no longer valid. So take advantage of it while you can.
Sweet.
Yep.
Just before we log off, I want to say a quick shout out to my mom. I know she's watching. I do this every year.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, mommy.
She watches all of them.
She watches all. Yeah. She's one of your guys' biggest fans. She loves Need for Speed World, so she's on there. And I guess, are we closing it off? Or?
I think we're closing off. I think we should say a big thank you to the community
Huge
for helping
thank you.
us reach this amazing milestone.
Yeah, honestly, you know, a lot of the times you'll see Drew and I on the channels. A lot of time I'm literally in bed answering back your guys' Twitter messages at the end of the night, just because you know, we have such a passionate community. Again, you guys give us the drive to keep making this game what it is, and we're gonna keep going strong for you guys. It's
well, the great thing about this community is that everyone's so passionate. Like, they take the time to post on the forum, send me the tweets. You know, when you're not upset or when you're not happy about something, you let us know, and we. When you are happy about it, you let us know as well, and that's one of the major things that the reason why I'm still around is I love being able to interact with the community like this, and it's awesome. Every day I get to meet very cool people and other such people.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. So the code is still up there?
The code is still up. We're going to leave it up right to the end. So
cool.
And so one thing is we are going to repost this on YouTube this weekend.
Yep.
So on Saturday I'll probably post it up, which means that if you guys are watching this on YouTube right now, if it's a replay of this live chat, this code is no longer valid. So. Yeah. But for those of you watching it live, go take advantage.
It's yours.
It's yours.
Cool.
So
we'll do.
And then quick reminder, tomorrow, Spot the Dev starts at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and we're going to start off on the EU region. So we're going to spend an hour in EU, and then we're going to spend an hour in the North American region. To let everybody get some shots. It's going to be much of the same format that we had last time. So
as we mentioned, we'll be in the Sesto.
Sesto
I wasn't allowed to announce it, but I announced it. But we're still going to actually.
You weren't supposed to, but
you'll see. We draped the car too, right? Did we do a cover?
I don't think we're going to bother with that anymore.
Well, maybe we should. Yeah. We'll see. It's just for you guys, you know, to know. Come find us in that one.
Okay.
And again, one more
Thank you guys.
Thank you. It's been a wicked year, and we'll do it again soon.
Cool.
See you guys.